Listen to Shoot the Defence. It's unbelievable, Jeff.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Shoot the Defence Career Mode on FIFA 18. I'm your host Stel, and I'm going to give you a quick update as to what I've done thus far. Bit up and down really. Season started pretty well with the friendly tournament, and it's progressed reasonably well, I guess. But what I'm going to do, let me just show you as to what I've done in terms of a transfer movement. I'm going to go to my transfer history here and then show you the players that I brought in, because the last time around I was asking people for advice or tips and whatnot, and I got a few responses, and to be fair, they've been pretty helpful. Now before I begin, just like I say, sorry the way I look at the moment. I just finished from the gym. This is what I wear there. I look like a tramp. I don't usually wear burgundy, but yeah, anyway, let's not go into that. So first things first, I'm going to go through the players that I've signed permanently and people that I've signed on loan. First person I brought in was Axel Tuanzebe from Manchester United. Brought him in on loan. Very good little player, to be fair. 19 years old. I mean, I know, being a Man United fan, how good the kid actually is. And for the Championship, he's a half-decent player. He started off reasonably well. Got him on loan until the end of the season, so hopefully, touch wood, he'll stay injury-free, and he can help me get up to the Premier League. Next signing, permanent, Chupa Akpom. Brought him in for £670,000 from Arsenal. He's on like 30 grand a week. Call me stupid, but I think he's going to be a very, very good player. He's very pacey. And in the Championship, you've got a lot of slow defenders, and I think you can exploit them. My next signing, a loan signing, Musonda Jr. from Chelsea. Another player, rapid pace, very technically gifted. And he started the season pretty well. I'm very happy with bringing him in. He's 20 years old as well. So notice that the three signings I've made, under 22, under 23. Next one, Zilalem, another one from Arsenal, £500,000. He's not on a ridiculous amount of money. Unfortunately, he's picked up an injury, so I don't know how long he'll be out for. But again, another player for the future. I'm not sure if he'll make it at Birmingham. I say this because if he'd have made it at Arsenal, he'd have made it by now. He's at Glasgow Rangers, I think, in real life. But let's see. I've got a lot of hope for this kid. So let's see. 20 years old again. Now, I sold a couple of players. I sold Cottrell and Gleeson. Made £2.5 million. To be fair, I don't know too much about them, so I can't say that they were worth keeping. I brought in Kin Suboom at left back because I sold Grounds to Derby County for £700,000. Kim's done pretty well at left back, but as you'll see in a bit, I brought another left back from Barcelona, Barcelona B, shall I say, who's another promising talent. Speaking of promising talent, Edwards from Spurs, 18 years old, £1.3 million. To be honest, if he's as good as what people tell me he is, I can groom him and make him into a £10 million player. But again, that's if I play him in the right position, excuse me, and if I give him his opportunities. Morrison, sold him for £2.4 million. Another player I don't know too much about. So for £2.4 million to Bournemouth, they wanted him, I'll give it. And let's be 100% honest. I mean, I know it's not real life, but I can't begrudge a player moving into the Premier League. I don't know if I'm going to make it with Birmingham City to the Prem. So if he wants to have a go there, then good luck to him. Thomas Cusack, happy to sell him for £1 million, 35 years old. I know 35 is still young for a goalkeeper, really, but again, he wasn't going to play regularly for me. I've got Stockdale in goal. Problem is, I don't have a sub-goalkeeper, so I might have to do something by January. I just got better hope that Stockdale doesn't get sent off or anything, because then I'm in doo-doo, aren't I? Wayne Harding sold it, let him go on loan to Nottingham Forest, another central defender, 20 years old, so good luck to the kid. But my two recent signings, Mr. Till from Metz for £600,000 and Cucurella from Barcelona B. Now these two players apparently have got a lot of potential, so let's see if they can make the grade. Okay, so earlier on I mentioned the pre-season tournament, or should I say the European Shield, which I won. As you'll see from the first game, if you remember, I beat Huesca 4-0. I then beat Lech Poznan and then Cadiz 2-1. Semi-finals against Strom Godstedt of Norway, and then I beat the Turkish team Akhisarspor 2-0 in the final, which brought me in a couple £1 million in prize money, which then enabled me to bring in a few of these players and tweak the wage budget and whatnot. season started pretty well, beating Ipswich 3-1. I then trounced Stevenage 5-0 with a hat-trick from Akpom. I rung the changes in that game, made 11 changes and got the win. That was before I sold Cusack, obviously. Beat Bristol City 1-0 at home, which was actually my trickiest game. They really piled on the pressure, but hung on to a 1-0 victory. Bolton trounced them 6-0 before hammering Burton 3-0. So things were hunky-dory. Then I faced Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. As you can see, a 4-0 win. Now at this point I thought, I'm playing at semi-pro level of difficulty. Now, this is ridiculous. Birmingham beating Arsenal 4-0. I'm rubbish at this. Birmingham beating Arsenal 4-0 in any kind of game at this moment in time is ridiculous. So I thought, let me step it up. Let me put it to pro. Okay? And straight away, Reading drew 0-0 at home. There's a fundamental difference right there. Notice how all these games I'm scoring 3s and 6s and 5s. I play Reading, who at 19th at the time, drew 0-0. Things kind of got a bit sticky for me afterwards. Next game was against Norwich. I beat them 2-1 away from home, which I got a bit lucky, to be fair. And then I totally bossed Leeds. I don't know how that happened. They were quite dominant the first 10-15 minutes, but then turned them over. Then at home, I lost to Preston. Yeah, another team that was down at the bottom of the table. Beat me 2-1. Then I went on to play Nottingham Forest in the Cup. They beat me 1-0. Okay, granted, I made 10 changes. But you got to rotate, and you can't let these players run their energy down, you know. It's frustrating. Next game was Derby, beat them 1-0. And then came Sheffield Wednesday, who I beat 2-1. Now, my next game is Hull City. Pretty tricky game. I don't know how that's going to go. But let's see, I'm going to give this game a bash in just a moment. But before that, I'll just go into the league table and a few other quick bits. Okay, so league table at the moment, Cardiff City are top. They're 3 points ahead. I've got a better goal difference though. I've conceded less and I've scored more. And I'm only 3 points behind them. Breathing down my neck are Brentford with 22 points. So I really need to get this victory against Hull so to kind of get some distance. And Hull, as you can see, is 6th place at the moment. They're in the playoff spot. So a win for them will move them up to 4th potentially. So I know it's going to be a pretty tricky game, this one. But let me show you some of the stats I've got in terms of a player system. In fact, let me go through my squad at the moment. This is the system that I've got now. I used to play with a 4-4-2, but I switched it to a 4-3-2-1. I know I've got a lot of wingers in this squad, as you'll see in just a moment. But you know, I'm happy with what I've got right now. I think Gardner, Doy and Till are the 3 best players I've got in that position. And I say that because before Till came in, I was using Davis in that central midfield spot, and he's got a cruciate injury, so I don't know how long he'll be out for, which is a bit of a pain in the backside because Till is still a fairly raw player, and he's making a lot of mistakes when it comes to the passing. He's not as crisp as what I'd like it to be. I've got Keefton Bout, they're in central defensive midfield. I think I might give him a spot when he gets to full fitness. As you can see, his energy levels are quite low. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this team. I've got Musonda and Boga, my 2 players in behind Gallagher, and Sam Gallagher's been a revelation for me this season. I've got 4 strikers. I've got Sam Gallagher, I've got Jutkovic, I have Akpom, I can't get my words right, and Shay Adams, plus Vassell is there. So effectively I've got 5 centre forwards. Brock Madston isn't going to play too much, so I'm going to sit him there for a bit. But it's a long season. It's 46 league games. So I never know when I'm going to get injuries and suspensions, which is why it's important in January I bring in another goalkeeper, because I've got no one. As you can see, I've only got Stockdale, which is stupid of me because I should have brought in someone else. I don't know if I could bring someone else in from like an emergency loan standpoint. I might try that. Let's see. But yeah, this is my system, 4-2-3-1. I haven't tweaked the roles or everything. It's pretty much the same as what it was before in the instructions, so I'm not going to go into that too tough. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Let me go into the game then and see how I do against Hull City. This will be quite interesting, won't it? He says. Okay, so I've run the changes with this one. I noticed a few players had low energy levels in Sue, Gardner, Till, my 2 wingers, Boga, and I've forgotten the guy's name, Mazonda. So I brought in Magoma and Edwards. Kifton Bolt has come back in, and Walsh as well. Roberts, central defence for Dean. So this is how I'm going to roll with this team. I'm going to go with it. Sorry, it doesn't matter. What's the worst that can happen? I lose the game. Big deal. As I said before, I'm not great at this. I've moved it up to professional. So you'll see the difference from the first game against Wesker to here. Players are much more fluid. They intercept the ball better. I'm talking about the computer here. It's very, very frustrating to play. Me being someone that isn't really good at this compared to people that are obviously world class or legendary mode or whatnot. So yeah, so let's see how this one goes. Now, in the meantime, let's talk a bit about Birmingham City currently. Birmingham fans, if you're watching, anyone that's watching, how do you think your season is going? Do you think that Steve Cotterill can make you guys bounce back? I know Lee Carsley's there as an assistant manager, so he can turn things around. I hope he's got a very good track record as well as Cars in terms of a motivational standpoint. Hull City on the flip side, what are they like at the moment? I know they beat Birmingham at the weekend, or last weekend, 6-1. How are they doing with the new Russian manager? You know, they lost a lot of players in the summer, brought in a few. So this could be quite an interesting season for them. But let's talk about the here and now and talk about this game. All right, they've kicked off. They're passing the ball around a lot better, and it's much more difficult to win the ball back off them. It seems to be quite slow at the moment. I don't know what's going on with my players. They're just not moving. Or here we go. They're passing the ball pretty well. Ball's up in the box. My left back to chest it down and clear. He's very composed, this left back. He's pretty decent, to be fair. It's poor Stel. Come on now. Who are you passing the ball to? There's no fluidity at the moment. I'm getting pushed from pillar to post already, and they've got a chance. And he's punched it away as the keeper. He's done pretty well. Go on, kid, run. This is frustrating already. He's won the ball back. Right, let's go. Let's go. Oh, why are you so slow, mate? What's going on? You tired or something? The box. Punched it away. It's so pedestrian at the moment. They're laboured. Why are they so slow? Look at them. They're not going. They're not running. Oh, this is going to be a mess, isn't it? It's going to be a car wreck. You can tell straight away. Once they get the first, they're going to get 3 or 4, aren't they? I'm going to get battered. I mean, they're so organised as well. They're passing the ball well. Their movement is brilliant. They're just cutting me. It's like a surgeon. Like, this incision is so easy. I've got to really get my act together. See, as I said before, I like playing a passing game. I don't like players that can't pass the ball. I'm really funny when it comes to pass accuracy as well. So, see, here's the thing. My players aren't moving. Maybe if I move it to like an attacking there, maybe switch it to attacking. Let's see what happens. Players are now running forwards. Oh, look at that touch, man. Oh, no, I didn't try to chip him, honestly. That wasn't my plan to try and chip the goalkeeper. I'm not that, what's the word, ambitious. I just held the wrong button. So I think Sam Gallagher, I'm already thinking about taking him off. I've seen a message up there for an injury. Did I just see an injury? I don't even know what's going on here. Alright. Doesn't matter, they're going to score now. Here we go, 1-0. See, straight away I just knew from the kickoff, the way that they were passing the ball around, the way that my players weren't moving, they weren't doing anything. Look at them, they're just static. They're not moving. Maybe I should play around with the roles. Tell me about the team roles in team instructions. What should I do? What should I do with my fullbacks? What should I do with my central defenders? Why aren't my wingers getting forward enough? Why is Sam Gallagher just standing about like a lemon? I don't know. Look at this. They're camping me on halfway. There you go, Sam Gallagher again. He's not moving. I'm even instructing him to move. You know what? Sod this. I'm going to take him off now. I don't care. I really don't care. I've seen players hauled off early in games. I'm hauling him off now. I need some pace up front. I need some movement. And he's just standing about like a prick. Yeah, I said it. I said prick. Yes, I do get angry with computer games. It's my competitive nature. Look at this guy as well. Look at that. Bloody. He's another one I'm going to have to haul off. Another one. I'm not afraid to haul players off, I told you. He's not pulling his weight. Magoma, not pulling your weight, son. Is he through? Oh, he was almost in though. Now it's Gallagher playing that ball. Maybe he knows he's coming off. See, frustrating. I can't even make the substitution. The ball hasn't even gone out yet. There we go. Oh, they're through again. Diamante's quick, man. Clear it. Look, no one there. No right back. No right winger. No one at all. Acres of space. Running into the corner. Yeah, brilliant. Messing me about. Okay. He's given 2 minutes at added time, but I know I'm not going to get a chance to do this, am I? Oh, 1 minute. Ah, see? I'm breaking through and he stops at half time. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, see, this is what I hate about these computer games, man. This is what I hate about these computer games. Breaking through and he blows for half time. Okay, well, look, I've taken off Sam Gallagher now. You know what? Let's go ultra attacking. Sod it. Let's attack them. Attack is the best form of defence, yeah? Let's go. I need to get something out of this. Really do. Because I know Cardiff are going to win. 100%. They're going to win. Oh, there's a chance. Ah, he saved it. Because the ball was on his right foot. But that's not a good enough excuse. I'm sorry. Footballers these days, you got to be ambidextrous. I'm not having this. Oh, it was on his wrong foot. You get paid 30 grand a week. There's a chance. He's put that wide. How did you miss from there? He's my right back though. What do you expect? But see, my right back's breaking forward. He's getting more forward than my wingers. Here we go again. He's in behind again. Look, my right back is out of position now. Get out. Let's go. Come on, use your pace. Oh. Again, they win it so easy. They win it so easy. It's like players don't even exist. And look at that ball. Where's my right back? Why has he gone forward? So frustrating. So predictable still. Oh, hang about. There's a chance. Go on. Go on. Win it. Look at this. It's just not happening, is it? It just isn't happening. We have to make a couple of changes again. I've only got 2 left in it. All right, Edwards, you're coming off. You've been absolutely rubbish. Musonda's going to come on. I think, you know what, let's make another attacking change. Let's bring on Boga. Let's bring on Boga and see what these guys can do. Come on. Make attacking changes. Doesn't matter about the midfield. Doesn't matter. Oh, chance. He's won it again. He just ran into him. Ah, Stel, what's going on? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that ball, mate. Come on. It's embarrassing. Get mugged off here. First touch is poor. He's offside, isn't he? Yeah, he's offside. That's why I just sometimes give up playing computer games, man. I'm just too competitive for my own good. Right, there's a chance. It's it. He saved it. That was a weak shot as well. Right, corners. I'm pretty decent with corners. Let's see if I can get Ndoye on this one. It's a good corner. Typical. Oh, hang about. And that's gone straight into the keeper's hands, obviously. Of course. I've got 3 players in the box and the ball's going straight into the keeper's hands. Look at that. You just know it ain't your day when stuff like this happens. You just know it ain't your day when stuff like this happens. on, finish. He's put that wide as well. Honestly, you just know it ain't your day. Artificial intelligence predicts the scoreline. It tells you what the scoreline is going to be even beforehand, doesn't it? Jesus, right from the kickoff, you know it ain't going to be your day. Fucking hell. How can you not get annoyed when shit like this happens? How? Like people say it's just a computer game. It's not just a computer game. Honestly, it just isn't a computer game. Because when you're telling it to do something, look at this, he's cut me open. Cut me open. Look at that, it's an own goal as well. I mean, that is just typical, isn't it? That's just absolutely typical. But this is what I'm talking about, these computer games. You see so much shit happening, you wonder, like, every time they release a new one, is nonsense like this going to happen? And it happens all the time. And we're the dickheads that keep buying the fucking game. Look at that. Absolute bollocks. EA needs to sort this shit out, man, honestly. This is fucking garbage. Bollocks. There you go. Lost that 2-0. So, yeah, as you can see, I like to swear a lot when I'm playing, especially when I get bowled over by bollocks like this. Honestly, it just does my day. Look, and Cardiff drew. So, there you go. That was my chance to go top. Blown. So, yeah, I'm not going to apologise for the profanity. That's just how it goes, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next with this team. I think I might just stick with the same system. I'm not 100% sure whether I should go to a 4-4-2 again. Fortunately, Brentford lost, so they're still 2 points behind me. So, guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, like, subscribe, leave some comments. Question my choice of team and choice of words. I apologise to those who are watching that don't like swearing. But as you can imagine, when you're thinking out loud, these things happen. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back very soon.